Namaste Bharat. I'm Dori Vatsalendra, Senior Lawyer, High Court of Telangana. In the earlier videos, I have spoken about adultery. Apart from the matrimonial laws, family court laws, maintenance, and other subjects. Adultery. What is adultery? A person who has a wife or a spouse is cheating upon her and is having an extramarital affair with another woman or a man is called adultery. Earlier, before certain years back, precisely, adultery was a criminal offense. Now, it is no more a criminal offense. It is just as good as any civil laws. Now, when we speak of adultery, it is usually the consenting elders who come together to do such illegal acts. Earlier, let me tell you, this may sound little awful to everybody, but why this adultery is on high rise? Everybody should know this. It is again the social media, the film industry, and all that media which shows constantly about extramarital affairs. It doesn't show about how awful and how unwise it is for a man and a woman to deceive their respective partners. One is not living anymore in a healthy society. All that matters in today's world is how easily they can gain emotional getaways. When I say emotional getaway, suppose your wife or husband is physically incapable. That aspect can be used as to get a divorce and live your life according to your choice. But most, now largely, when I say largely, out of 100 people, I see almost 40 to 50 people having extramarital affair, which is dangerous to the society. Think about our girl child. Think about our sons. Think about their children. Will they live in a healthy society? I'm sure no. Everybody should have a clear idea that once you have got into the relationship and a tie of a marriage, you should be committed and dedicated to the family and your partner. Once you are not able to adjust with your partner or their life, or there is something which is caused, the spouse is not physically able, mentally able, or is a cruel person, or even involved in criminal activities, you can always obtain a divorce and have your second marriage or another marriage. There are certain cases where the wives or the husbands are physically neglected. When I say physically neglected, as we are all grown up, we understand sexually neglected. Once one of the spouse neglects his wife or husband by not giving them conjugal life, most of the affected spouses search for such relief outside the marriage, which is, though not right, it is henceforth more these days that spouses neglect their wife or husband. This should be addressed immediately. Whenever there is a disturbance in the family, it is always wise for the partners to sit together, sort out their problems, and not to indulge in adultery. As I said, the word adultery no more now affects any person, as it has been only a cause or a reason to file a divorce. Now, to prove adultery is a very difficult aspect because nobody can be caught red-handed. Adultery can be only proved through some material exchange of documents, messages, write ups, letters, behavior, or living together in a separate house, etc. Without these, no person can actually prove an adultery. Hence, adultery is still a moral and social offense, though it may not cover under the criminal provision anymore. Still, it is a moral obligation for all the healthy thinking couples not to indulge into extramarital affairs and having another person when your wife or husband is healthy, mentally capable, physically capable, and is taking care of you well. If you have some differences, please speak, talk to each other, be open about your requirements. Still, if the marriage is not working out, you can walk out of the marriage, have a healthy life by choosing another partner and getting married, but not indulging into a wrongful relationships. We will be setting a bad example for our children, and the traditional culture of India, Mera Bharat, will be destroyed. I hope we take this responsibility very personally, because this is the character we wear, and this is the character we show our spouses. This is the character we show our children. If you are single and you are not married, any number of affairs is not really effective. It is one's choice. People who know that you are living alone and they come to you and they opt to have a relationship with you, it is their free will and consent. But not for all the people who are married and are into a committed relationship of the institution of marriage, where India is the only country, still I have to tell you, that we have this very beautiful system, very spiritual, very holy, and very, very divinely narrated epic of marriage, and still it's continuing, which is our custom and tradition. Please respect the institute of marriage and do not please involved in extramarital affairs, which is otherwise called legally adultery. Namaste.